I'm gonna need y'all to like the video. Comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you don't know the next time I drop.
Story time on when I flew to another state to meet this young lit nigga that's lit on the internet. And to me, I felt like he was cat. So yeah, I met him on the internet. I was in Bahamas like the beginning of January for my son. I'm sorry, the beginning of February for my son's birthday or whatever. And he DM'd me on Instagram like, need you. So I'm like, oh, I've been trying to give you me or whatever like that. So he like, you know, whatever. We gonna exchange numbers or what? So I'm like, yeah, because, like, you know, he's some fine shit. Like, I love dark-skinned niggas. And when I say he's some fine shit, bitch, he's some fine shit. Or whatever like that. So on the internet, like, you know, he got 2 watches, big Cardi, 6 cars, supposedly own his house, and he young as fuck, or whatever. Like that. Dressed nice, always designer down, like, always posting mad money, etc. So, you know, like, that's my type. I love me a hood, get money nigga. So he asked for my number or whatever like that. So I gave him my number and like he texted me. And I'm not gonna lie, like it was little signs that I didn't like. Like if you know I'm on vacation with my kids, like I remember I posted my drink or whatever and I didn't text him right back. And he was on my phone like, oh, you see me text you or whatever, but you posting. Like that right there was like you only have my number for like 20 minutes, like chill out. But I let him slide. So we planned to see each other or whatever like this, like whatever like that on this Saturday. Let's say this Saturday, right? And we planned for me to come Valentine's Day weekend or whatever. And he really was on some shit where like he was like, oh, come whatever, what day, what time, it don't even matter. Like whenever you could come, just come. So I chose that weekend because I'm free every other weekend from my kids. They go with their dad or whatever like that. So that was my free weekend. So I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I thought he was a fake page at first or whatever like that because it just was like too good to be true. So we would only text and like he'd tell me to FaceTime him, but by the time I FaceTime him or whatever, he not answering. Now he got an excuse or he don't FaceTime back. So bitch, I started thinking like, bitch, I'm gonna get catfish if I go down here. So I told him, I'm like, look, this Wednesday, like the Wednesday before the Friday. So I'm like, FaceTime me before Friday or I'm not coming. So now he got all that energy, he FaceTime me, etc. I got him on the phone. Before you really couldn't, like he'd just be texting and shit like that. So he FaceTime me, he was real, looked the same, looked good as fuck. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm ready, etc. So Friday come and we talk and I'm like, you know, like you ready? Like I'm at the nail salon, I'm like, you ready? Like I can't wait to see you, I can't wait to meet you, etc. So he like, yeah, or whatever like that. But I feel like his energy was a little off because he was more excited days before. So I'm like, you good, love? Like you okay? Because I'm like, I feel like your energy is like kind of off, like you're not excited as you was. So he's like, oh, I just found out I got to get my daughter or whatever today. Mind you, it's the day I leave. Like I'm leaving at 10 p.m. at night to land. I think my flight would land like 12:48 a.m. originally. So I'm like, yo, I took our work for this or whatever, and I already checked into the flight. And he's like, well, what's the issue? Nobody didn't tell you not to come. Like you could still come. I'm good. I'm gonna just get a sitter. If anything, her and the sitter just stay at my house and we could just get a room. So I'm like, you know what? All right, that's cool. I'm all for that or whatever the case may be. So I still go, like I get my nails and I run to the mall, I get everything I need, I pack my shit, and I tell him like, all right, I'm for the land at this time. I go to the airport. Mind you, y'all, I'm rushing because I'm always fucking last minute. I get to the airport, I board the flight or whatever like that. So before I boarded the flight, he texted me this hotel, like Cigna or something. It's like one of the best hotels in Atlanta. So I tried to book the hotel online, but everything was booked up. So I told him, I'm like, look, everything booked up because it's Valentine's Day weekend. So he like, nah, you got to call. So I called and like everything was booked the fuck up. Like literally it was no hotel. So he like, well, find whatever you can find and just book it and I'm gonna get you from the airport. So I'm like, you know, what's your budget? So he like, what you mean? I'm like, what's your budget? Like I'll book the room, but when I land, I expect to get my money back or whatever like that. So I'm on the plane, y'all. The plane done took off. So the nigga like, oh, the least you could do is pay for the room. So I'm like, huh? So this when the mishap come in, because I get it, okay, we supposed to stay at your house originally, but then your child came into play, so now we gotta go stay somewhere else, which is cool because I think a hotel is better anyway because you don't know me and I don't know you, and it's more safer, I feel like. So he like, yeah, like you can pay for the room, I'm gonna fund the rest of the trip. Baby, you a whole scammer. You think I'm paying for a motherfucking hotel for you to come fuck on me? So he all like, yo, I feel like you could pay for something, I'm funding the rest of the trip or whatever the case may be. So we start arguing or whatever like that. So then the plane land And I'm like, you really arguing over a $300-something hotel, but you scamming, you hitting all these licks, all this big money you posting. I mean, like $20,000-$30,000. You can't book a $300 hotel. And I just felt like, if you brought me to your city, you should make sure I'm good. Like, if you came to my city and something happened, I'm going to correct it before you get there. I'm going to figure this shit the fuck out. Because, I mean, why wouldn't I? Like, it don't make sense. I didn't ask to come there. You wanted to come. Now, I agree we wanted to see each other, but still, like, what? So, when I landed, the nigga arguing, going all back and forth with shit. So, I'm like, listen, cancel your sitter. Stay home with your kid. Go ahead and bond. I'm cool. Like, I ain't even link you no more, etc. Y'all, this nigga was like, oh, you must be coming to come see another nigga. Nigga, what? I took off from my job, stopped one of my business to come see you. And you talking about another nigga? That's your response? Y'all, he kept fucking arguing. I couldn't believe it because I'm like, bro, like, if you getting all this money and you got all this motion, all this shit going on, like, $300 is nothing. So I'm like, if I book this hotel, you can't come. So that's what the fuck I did. I booked the hotel, and shout out to that Spirit flight attendant because, yo, he stayed in that airport with me and found me a hotel, y'all. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have had nowhere to stay, like, at all. But I booked that hotel, y'all, and I left that nigga on red. Like, I stopped responding, and I just made it into a solo trip. But I still was just, like, mad because I trip. Like, Atlanta cool. We used to do that for New Year's, but, like, just to go and spend that much money, it was just, like, I could have went somewhere else. Like, that was kind of crazy. So me personally, I just feel like his lifestyle got to be kept because I done dealt with some big money niggas. Like, I mean, rich niggas. Like, that's running businesses to get legit money. I done dealt with a rapper. I'm not going to say who the fuck he is because he is a big rapper that y'all listen to every single day. And niggas with money ain't complaining. They not doing all that. Like, I'm telling you, they not doing all that. Like, when you come see them, they have everything into play. Everything booked. Bitch, your itinerary set up, all that. Like, it ain't making sense. So, to me, his life was just kept. And to be honest, I never really seen him go out and do nothing or anything like that. Like, he not in the mall blowing no money. Like, he ain't no 5-star restaurants. Like, he really don't be doing nothing. Like, he might go skate or something, but, like, other than that, like, that nigga don't be really doing shit, like, with the money he's supposed to have. Like, he got all this motion. You would think he'd be tripping, like, something. Like, nah, he not doing none of that. So, to me, personally, the life is kept. And I was just mad because I felt like, damn, like, I flew here to see you and this happened. Never doing it again. And then his excuse was, well, you knew what I had going on and you still came. Nigga, you never told me not to come. When I checked in with you and we spoke, you told me to still come. It wasn't an issue. And you was going to get a sitter. Like, what? That don't even make sense. Like, make it make sense. I would have said the fuck home. I'm not that pressed to see no nigga. Like, bitch, you know I get niggas. Like, what? Be for real. I was just upset at the fact that you still allowed me to come or whatever like that, knowing that you was gonna do that or whatever the case may be. And I'm not saying he lying about getting his kid, because bitches do that. Like, bitches that know it's a Valentine's Day week or something going on and be like, oh yeah, you not I'm gonna stick him with the kid because I don't want him to be with no other bitch. So it do be like that, but still, like, come on, yo. Like, I don't live down the street. I live in another state. I flew there.
When you was reading the comments, they was like, how you gonna let a young nigga finesse you into coming out to see him, which is crazy. But it goes to show you on how transactional some women are and how, what's the word I'm looking for? Gold diggerish they are to try and make a come up. You know, they are very attracted by what they see. Men too, you know, as far as looks is concerned, but they're attracted by the lifestyle, can be finessed easily. The fact that she paid for the whole trip didn't like even ring up any red flags to her.
They are losing their men's interest because they're not initiating anything, almost as if he ain't fine too. Like, she the fine one and he ain't. Like, it's almost like
she the catch, not we caught each other.
Yeah, I think what she's describing is the thing that happens in long-term relationships. You know, you get to a place where some women just want to feel like that chase, you know, feel like you're interested in her or whatever the case may be, but reciprocating, I find, is like, it can be hard for them. It really, I think, comes along with the level of comfortability where you do what you must, you know, and you do as little as possible. So if you're in a long-term relationship, especially like a marriage where they feel secure in that spot, you'll start to see them kind of like wane a little bit and not not keep themselves up or look as nice or whatever the case may be. I really don't blame them for not having that level of discipline, because there has to be something that forces the need, because we only do what we need. And so if we feel like we don't need to, then why would we? Some people are disciplined enough to do what it is that they don't need to do, but they do it anyway. But that need would have to be there, and that need would have to be you as a man leveling up in front of her face, and the potential for her to lose her spot, because as you level up, you're going to attract more. And so whatever you attract, that's what she's going to have to stay in competition with, because, I don't believe in this unconditional love. I think love should always come with conditions, 100%. And if I'm not serving you and you're not serving me, then what are we doing this for? We would have to keep finding a way to serve each other and keep earning each other. I think that is the recipe for growth and long-term relationships that's going to continue to last, because if two people are simultaneously working on themselves next to each other, and they're helping each other work on themselves with just truth and realness, then that's a foundation that can't be cracked. That's a relationship that's bound to last the test of time, versus what we have today, where it's very transactional.
And they act like a female, period. One who likes to go back and forth with a female. They talk feminine. They use their hands like women, and they're not living up to their responsibility like a man. They whining and shit.
Okay, so if you're wrong about something and I bring it to you, I'm sassy, what you saying?
No, you can bring it to me, but be masculine about it.
So you want me to yell at you?
No, just put a little bass in your voice. Be like direct, but not all loud. And a lot of men get that high pitched voice. So you shit, and they don't sound right.
I start with a low pitched voice and you don't listen, don't go to the high pitched voice.
Don't go to the high pitched voice.
But you ain't listening to the low pitched voice.
If I'm not listening, I'm just not listening. It don't matter if it's high or low. But my thing is, as a man, don't get overly excited with a woman and go back and forth with them, arguing them, and then call them bitches and hoes. But if you a real man don't do all that.
I got you. Well, if a real man would correct a woman if she's wrong, if you did some stupid shit, and I tell you it's some stupid shit, how am I sassy because I told you it was some stupid shit?
But they don't say it like that.
No, you ain't listen. Any nigga that blink is sassy. He breathed, he's sassy. You walked, you sassy. How the fuck you wake up today? You're sassy. You pray before you eat food, you're sassy. The fact of the matter is, if you said some stupid shit, did some dumb shit, and I corrected it, and you telling me that I gotta watch my tone, I gotta talk in a no voice like this. The shit you said was stupid. You did some dumb shit. I don't like it. And if I sit there and say it and you pay no attention, now I'm sassy, goddamn, back to the partners with that bullshit. Talk in a low voice, that way we're not sassy when we tell.
Never let them tone police you. Never let them tone police you, because that's what they want. They want to tone police you. They want you to say it in this miraculous way that never works, because if you're correcting them, that's what they don't want to hear. You'd have to lie to them. That's what they want. They're telling you to lie to them without saying lie to them. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's madness. It's pure madness. I'm not one for tone policing. I'm gonna say it how I want to. I'm gonna say it how it's the effective way. Whatever's effective, that's how I'm gonna say it. They really respect it though. A man that stand on business and don't, because that right there, that's what you call a shit test. The man that operates and listens to that type of rule that she's trying to impart on you, use on you, she break that rule for the right guy, for sure. She'll do exactly what he say. He can tell her shut the fuck up. She gonna shut the fuck up.
What does that tell you about the men in our community if there's such an epidemic of black women in shelters with their
It says nothing about the man. That's what it says. It says nothing about the black man. The reason, in my opinion, why so many black women are homeless or in shelters with their kids is because we prioritize the wrong things. These are the same women who don't need a man. Same women out here who are going to the IVF clinic to get a baby put in them without a man. These are the same women who brag and brag and brag about how they don't want a man. They can do it by themselves. So the women who choose to prioritize things, living in condos, driving cars that they can't afford, is why they're homeless with their kids. They're trying to live up to social media. They're trying to live up to things that they can't really obtain, living outside of our means. And instead of acknowledging that, we blame it on the man.
This gender war that's going on, women don't understand that they're going to lose it for sure. And it behooved them to not have done this, but when you're in competition with your man, you're going to start to see men step back and leave you to your own devices. You really don't understand or value stuff till you lose it. And when you operate in a reactive state that is emotionally based, it causes us to have to go to this space where you have to be homeless and with your kids before you decide to say, hey, you know what? Maybe we should start singing a different tune because we're going homeless. The value of a man is to ground you, but you would have to be willing. It shouldn't be like going back and forth all the time, having to deal with your shit in your mouth when I'm trying to ground you in reality with truth and fact. That also includes your spending. So yeah, we have all this money right now and we could blow it on something luxurious, but it would behoove us to be forward thinking, which I am, and I'm going to invest it to make sure that we make more money. And once we've hit a surplus, with the surplus, that's when we start to get some more comforts. Anything outside of that, we're always going to be in a hole. And so women who operate on their own ideology, not grounded by a man, they're forced to live life based off of how they feel about it. And so that leads to ultimate destruction where, yeah, it feels good now, but it feels equally as shitty later. And they don't understand that. But I digress. We'll keep this thing going.
What does data mean to an artist?
Everything. Not even just an artist, but as any business, if you can't go back and contact the people who have supported you, then you have a misalignment in your business. Like me, I'll go do a show, right? And right after the show, I could send you a message and say, hey, I loved it. I had a great time. Here's tickets to the next show. Click this link. You can get your tickets early. I start using that. We got a platform on Even called Fan Connect, right? So after every show, when I'm finna put up a new show, I got a whole database. So say like Brooklyn, I've sold out Brooklyn like 5 times. So I got 1,200 contacts in my Brooklyn list. When I book a show, I'll send it to them first. I'm selling 200, 300 tickets out the gate before I even go online. Before it even go to the public.
That's the thing. You don't really need the labels. But most people, most artists, they don't understand that it's a business. And business always, it doesn't just reflect in one way, it reflects in other ways. But how you organize yourself and organize your business is going to determine how successful you are. Like just that thinking right there, you may look at him and be like, he's not that mainstream, but he's actually more than likely making more money than a lot of the artists that appear to be rich because they're really not rich. They're in a lot of debt, to be honest with you. And they're indebted to the label. Yes, the machine is behind them, but that machine is highly expensive. And so now we live in a digital age. I call the internet the great equalizer, where anybody can be anything that they ever want to be if you put the work in. And now there's a lane for you to just connect with the fan without needing the machine. There's many lanes, and you don't have to be a superstar to make an exorbitant amount of money just in the music game. But there's a lot of artists nowadays too, so it gets a little diluted too, but
One thing that I can say a lot of women do, and unintentionally do, everybody wants to be understood but lack understanding. Everybody wants to be heard but lacks hearing, because as soon as a man starts to speak and it triggers a woman mentally or emotionally, and it's not something that she expected him to say, and it might hurt her feelings a little bit, the understanding that she wants and desires from him, she loses. She doesn't understand, because how dare you speak to me that way? How dare you tell me that? How dare you see me? How dare you call out my flaws? How dare you? It's a whole lot of I dare yous. But she always wants to be understood. She always wants to overly explain. She always wants to say, hey, look at me, because I'm trying to tell you like that. It's always this, that, and the third. It's always a but. It's always a because, but never accountability. But see, the thing is, you're asking for a man to be a man, and when a man is a man, he comes with leadership. And when you don't understand something as a man, and he's trying to explain something to you, the first thing you do is be like, because it shouldn't be like that. You cannot tell a man how to be a man. You cannot tell a man what he's supposed to do. Either you follow him or you don't. Either he's the man for you or he's not. Now, it is possible for you not to recognize the behaviors that you are displaying, and then when he's telling you to calm it down. But baby, allow that man to be exactly that man.
This generation, especially the millennials, because she looked like she was like around my age, maybe she might be a little younger. The millennials, the women, they're cooked over. You know what I'm saying? We done. We're there. You know what I'm saying? Who we are is who we gonna be. All of us, for the most part. Not all of us, most of us, for real. Now, the reason I say all that to say, that's what happens when you have a lack of a father to show you a man's love. And so what they're doing is they're experiencing a man from a survival perspective that was taught by their mothers. And so because it goes so far back, you can't just think that if you act a certain way, then you'll be a certain way. You would have to actually do the work to go through the childhood trauma of not having a father. But that's almost impossible for someone who has pretty much walked their entire life through how they feel about it. So they could be extremely sensitive to having to do that type of work.
I noticed that another reason why many women struggle with embracing a submissive role in their relationships and accepting their man as the leader in the relationships is because they focus so much on the control aspect of leadership. And they're so concerned about being controlled that they don't put any thought towards the burdens and the pressures that come with being in a position of authority. Yes, it may be true that he gets to have the final say so when it comes to decisions. Yes, it may be true that he gets to make the quote unquote rules and set certain standards in the relationship. At the same time, though, he carries the weight of assuming the responsibilities for those under his covering. Meaning, if something goes wrong within his family household, within that unit, within your relationship, people are more than likely going to blame him. People are going to say it's his fault, even if it wasn't his fault. He's going to be expected to clean up the messes. And it's even worse when a lot of these messes could have been avoided had his guidance or leadership just been accepted, had his solutions been implemented, but they aren't. And now he has to go back and clean up this mess that, again, could have been avoided. Being a leader also looks like facing a lot of resistance and a lot of pushback when you have good intentions and you're just trying to enforce certain rules or standards or some structure, discipline, order that is necessary for success. But because he's in a position of authority, he's considered the leader, he's automatically going to be looked at like he's the bad guy. So being in a position of leadership, especially in a family or in a relationship, it's not just about, oh, I'm in control of everything and in control of everyone. There's a lot of pressure that comes with that. Again, they face a lot of resistance. They get a lot of pushback, even when they have good intentions. They have to clean up messes, even when it's not their fault. And even when the mess could have been avoided, if their guidance had just been followed, they're looked at as the bad guy for simply trying to hold their family accountable and implement or enforce certain habits or rules that are going to lead their family to success. So it's a lot more to it than that. So if you're able to just try to put yourself in the shoes of someone that is a leader, you'll probably understand a little bit better, like what they're going through and how they feel when they're simply just trying to do the right thing. And the only thing you can think about is, oh, don't control me. You don't tell me what to do. I'm a grown woman. Like, it's much deeper than that.
You know, that's one of the symptoms of the root of the problem, which is the fatherlessness, because they don't know structure. And so structure is there to be followed so that we can predict what happens next. And a lot of what a man's structure is to prevent calamity from happening in the future through forward thinking. Because most women are reactive, they can't understand forward thinking. Even if you write about things, they can't understand forward thinking, and they can't understand how you're right about it. Why? Because they have to filter the world through how they feel about it before they can bring it to a logical conclusion, if they can do that. I wonder what it took for her to get to that place, maybe like a leadership position, before she understood what it meant to really be a leader. But yeah, that's what it is. They don't understand the pressure that comes with leadership. There's a level of frustration where when you're giving the guidance and that guidance isn't being received or followed, and then calamity happens and then you're still to blame.
You think men should see us in our natural state before they get in a real relationship with us?
Whenever I've heard a man say, let me see what you look like with no makeup. Let me see what you look like without the hair. I feel that man is telling you that he does not have the money to finance your beauty upkeep. Don't come over here thinking that I'm going to go to Sephora and get you some makeup. So I need to see you without all that because I want to strip you of all that because I ain't got it. When a man says that to you, he wants to strip you of everything. He doesn't want you to have the thought process of maintaining yourself.
I mean, the lengths they will go. No place is too far. He wants to see what your ass look like for real. That's what he wants. He wants to see what his kids gonna come out looking like. He wants to see what he gonna wake up to. It's like, what would it take a man with, big stacks? Here's my bank account of millions of dollars. Take your makeup off before that falls through. Like, what does it take? Even though you'd never be able to attract a millionaire, because you can obviously see that she's not the type of woman that, big on accountability.
If you're not gonna do what I say, I don't want to date you. There, I said it. Unfortunately, I do like men that want me to boss them around. I do. You the head of the household, but I'm the fucking boss. You clock into the house, which is mine. Like,
I seen a post the other day and dog was like, you as a woman are masculine, so you can't be surprised if you're coming across men that are DL, right? You're coming across soft DL men. So when you hear a woman talking like this, super rowdy, don't want to listen to a man, doesn't like a man's authority, she wants to control the man instead, who does this sound like? Queen Jezebel. In the Bible, Jezebel wants to destroy the prophets. These are strong men, God-fearing men. She wants to destroy you. She realizes that these guys aren't easy targets, so who does she go for? Guys like Ahab. King Ahab, he was weak. He's considered weak in the Bible. He's one of the weak kings. So she goes there and she can control him and does whatever she wants to do. So if you're dealing with a woman like this, bro, you just might have the spirit of Ahab. Jezebel had her husband, King Ahab, sitting here, right? She had him on puppet strings, worshiping false gods, making bad decisions, doing everything that he's not supposed to do, especially as king, right? That's what Jezebel does. She wants to control you. And if you're weak enough, then so be it, bro. It's on you. As a man, bro, if you don't got a backbone out here, bro, you're food to them. You're food to Jezebels. They're everywhere. You're food. You're a fish in a shark tank, bro. You're food. Be a fucking man, bro.
When you operate from a scarcity mindset, you feel as though you have to hold on to what it is that you have. And as a man, you always should operate from abundance mindset. I see a lot of men operating in that space when it comes to that. But there are weak men, and women that are attracted to that attract down low men. It just is what it is. You have a man that is weaker. So he's not just weak to you because you're weak to men, but he's weak amongst men as well if he's weak to you. And so that's what you're interested in. You're gonna there's more that comes with that than not. But what I'll say is that most women, they think that that's what they want, and then when they actually get it, they throw it right back because it repulses them.
Man, say you heard me calling you, slow down.
Boy.
Man, you trying to walk without me?
I'm in my phone. What's up?
Man, you still mad, bro.
Mad about what?
Man, stop playing crazy. Like,
you say you was by your partner, you got drunk, and you fell asleep. That's what it is. Okay, I believe you.
You know, it's the way you saying it. You know what? If I was drinking, you wouldn't want me on the road if I'm been drinking, right?
Exactly. So I'm glad you stayed. And
that's
what you said.
It's the way you saying it. Like, I went to sleep. I was drunk. I didn't want to be on the highway, so I fell asleep on this couch. I can call this man right now. He'll vouch and he'll tell you.
No, you good.
No, I'm telling you, I can call him I can call him right now.
Babe, you was fucked up and you said you fell asleep. I believe you.
You don't believe me. That's the problem. That's the problem. You don't believe me.
I do believe you.
No, you don't. Because look how you talking to me. You don't even sound like you into the conversation or something. Now, that shit pissing me off.
So you mad that I do believe you? You want me to be bad so bad.
What, man? For what? I just want you to understand that I was cheating.
I never said you was cheating.
You act like, come on, son. I'm out late at night. You talking about something. Where you standing? I'm telling you, I'm by my people. You like, okay. You say, oh, you ain't say, okay. You said K.
K.
Man, look, bro. You fucking with somebody else?
Cause you
fucking with somebody else.
I ain't fucking with nobody.
So what's going on then? I mean, you feel like I'm out fucking with other women, bro. That's wrong that you even think like that about me, for real.
I'm not even thinking nothing but what you said.
You don't understand it. You don't understand, bro. The frustration you building. I'm getting so mad right now, for real, because it's like you playing with my heart right now. You feel like I'm cheating on you. I know it, man.
I never said that. You the one who bringing that up. You said you was drunk and you fell asleep.
I was drunk. I was drunk. I can't get drunk.
Oh my God.
You want me to ride on the highway and risk something happening to me?
I'm glad you stayed, babe. I'm glad you safe, and that's what it was.
No,
that's it.
I stayed by yourself. No, I really stayed there. I slept.
I believe you. You giving me a headache. I swear to God.
Oh, I'm giving you a headache. Now it's all about you. That's typical of you.
What?
Now if I was that's the type of shit make people go out and cheat. Like actually, you know.
Oh my God.
Bro, be honest. You think I was out cheating? Like, be real, though.
You want me to think that you was out cheating?
Heavens no. Why would I want you to think that, man? I'm faithful. Come on, not really. Just answer the question. Do you think I was out cheating last night?
No.
You fucking lying, man. I knew it, man. See what I'm saying?
I believe you. Just as much as you believe my body count for. Babe.
I'm gonna need y'all to like the video. Comment if you want, but turn your post notifications on so you don't know the next time I drop.